Hello, my friends. I'm Clover, and this is JT. I think you've met him before. And this is Genuinely Approachable Sudoku, and today we are solving A Different Symmetry by Philip Newman. This is an arrow Sudoku. Excuse me, JT, you can, right here, you can watch. This is an arrow Sudoku. That means we are placing the digits 1 through 9, once each in each row, each column, and each outlined 3x3 region. And on top of that, we have some arrow shapes in the grid. Along each of the arrow shapes, the sum of the digits has to equal the digit that is in the attached circle. So for instance, whatever is in this cell has to be equal to the sum of whatever is in these two cells. And there is one spot where there are two arrows attached to the same circle, and that just means both of those arrows have to sum to that total independently. And that's actually where we're going to start, because a 3 has to be a 1 plus 2. And so we can fill both of those in based on the 1 and 2 that we have here. Now 4 is either going to be 1 plus 3 or 2 plus 2. This cell can't be 2 or 3, so it must be a 1 with the 3 right there. 5 is always going to be either 1 plus 4 or 2 plus 3. We can't use 1 and 4, so that's going to be a 2 and 3. There's 3 there already, so that's our 2, that's our 3. 6 is going to be 1 plus 5 or 2 plus 4. We have 1s in both of these columns now, so that is going to be 2 plus 4. This guy, this total has to be bigger than 8, since there's already an 8 as part of the sum, so it's going to be 9 equals 1 plus 8. Now this one has to be bigger than 7, because there's a 7 as part of the sum, so this has to be 8 equals 1 plus 7. Now these guys are 4, 5, 6, and 7 in these empty cells. But we already have 4s looking at 3 of those cells, so that's going to be a 4. And then these are going to be 5, 6, and 7. We have a 5 there, so this one is not the 5. This one is also not the 5, because that would place a 3 here, and there's a 3 in the column above it already, so that's not a 5. That's our 5. That means either this is a 7 with a 5 here, which breaks based on the 5 we just placed, or it's a 6 with a 4 here, which is correct. Now let's start looking at a little bit more classic Sudoku. In this row, we're going to need 2, 3, 5, and 7, and we can't have a 2 there, so this is the only place for 2 in the row. And so this cell is either 3 plus 1 equals 4, 5 plus 1 equals 6, or 7 plus 1 equals 8, which is impossible because we have an 8 there. And we're going to disprove one more of those in a minute, but not quite yet. In the rest of these cells, we need 6, 8, and 9, and this guy cannot be the 9 because there's a 9 in that row. If we look vertically at some of these nearly full columns, in this column we need to place a 6 somewhere. It's going to have to go there. And then these cells will be 3 and 9. We need to place a 7 somewhere in this region because of the 7 here. It has to go right there. And then these guys are going to be 5 and 8 to finish the region. Now this column is nearly full. We need a 3 and a 9. We know which way those go because there's a 3 in row 3 already. That makes this a 9, since the arrow is just 1 long. Then these are going to be 7 and 8 to finish off the region and the column. All right, 9 is either 3 plus 6 or 4 plus 5 if we can't use a 1 or 2. But it can't be 4 plus 5 because this cell can't be 4 or 5. So it's going to be 3 plus 6, just like this. That actually places this 3. Or sorry, it places the 6. Now this can no longer be a 9, so those have to be 8s, and that's going to be the 9, and that 8 will resolve this 7, 8. This becomes a 4, 5 pair to finish off this row. These are going to be 7 and 8, and that resolves because there's a 7 in column 7. Now this can no longer be a 6 because of the 6 I placed a moment ago, so that's a 4 with a 3 right there. Now let's look up here. We need 4, 5, 6, and 7. This cell can't be 4, 6, or 5, so that's our 7. These guys are 4, 5, and 6. This one can't be 4 or 5, so that's our 6. That's a 4, 5 pair. Oh, this one can't be 4, so that's a 5, that's a 4. That makes this a 7, not a 5. Now if we continue down this column, these are going to be 1, 2, and 7. That has to be a 7 because it sees a 1 and a 2. That means this is either a 7 plus 1 equals 8, which doesn't work because there's an 8 in the column already, or 7 plus 2 equals 9, like that. The last digit in this column must be a 5. And these are going to be 3, 6, and 8. The 8 can only go there. Those are going to be 3 and 6. In this row, we need 7 and 8, which resolve like this. The 7, there's only one remaining way to make it without using any of the digits we've already placed in row 3, and that's going to be 2 plus 5. And our last digit in that row must be a 6. Okay, these are going to be 1, 4, and 9. That's not a 1, that's not a 9, that's not a 4. These guys in the column are going to be 4, 9, and 5, and the 5 must go right there. So now if we look across here, we still need 3, 6, and 9 to finish the row. We've used 6 and 9 here, so that's a naked 3, which resolves the 3s, 6s, and 9s across these 3 rows. Now these cells are going to contain 1 and 6, which resolve like that. And everything else is just penciling in with classic Sudoku. We had 2 there and a 9 there. And that is how you solve Philip Newman's lovely A different symmetry. Hope you guys liked that one. The link to solve it yourself is in the description of this video. And I will see you again in 3 days.